Hello my friends, I am super excited to share with you my Junk Journal January completed journal. So the prompt for day 31, if you guys watched me, you know I was cutting out the prompts and pasting them into my journal, and so this says close, and I feel that that is a prompt for me to share my completed journal with you. Just a reminder in case you don't know and you're just tuning in for the actual flip through of the completed journal, Junk Journal January is hosted by Meg Journals, and also co-hosted by Get Messy Art. She's in collaboration with Get Messy Art. Here we are. This is the cover. I'm not going to do anything to it right now because I don't want to do anything to it right now. This was originally a notebook, like a folder, the kind with pockets, but I shaped it differently and I folded different pockets. No, you know what? This was a manila folder, but a decorated one. I hope that makes sense. So that's what this started its life as. And here we go. So I'm going to put my camera in autofocus. Hopefully it won't do the in and out focusing thing. Also, just so you guys know, I do plan on writing in this journal, and when I do, I might do some more embellishing. I'm not really sure. But this is what we've got right now. And the only page so far that I've journaled in is the first one, actually, and it was the prompt. Where's the prompt? There it is. The prompt was resolutions, and my prompt for resolution, or my resolution this year is, I said, this year I intend to work on being mindful and in the present moment. And so I'm going to plan on doing a mindful series hopefully for all of 2023. We'll see how life goes. You know, things happen in life and sometimes we can't quite pull it off. But if I can, I will. So it says stop, look, smell, and that is being in the moment, and that's what mindful is. So if you guys remember, day 2, it was starry, and this is what I came up with, and I used a lot of stickles to give everything a nice little shimmer, and I just love how this page turned out. I used some music paper, some not fabric but like tulle, and it's just great fun. And then the next day was decorated tag. I believe day 3 did it. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Day 4 is decorated tag, but I had put it in this pocket. So we've already seen day 4. So, oops, I'm trying to get it back in there. Okay. I was kind of doing it like that so that stuck out. I just thought that was cute. So day 3 was stained. Oh yeah, I loved doing this page, and I added this little tag, but I used a stained doily, and then this music paper was just naturally aged, and I did some inking. So I just loved this particular page. This one I love too. Actually, I enjoyed doing this whole thing. I really enjoyed this collaboration so much. I'm definitely going to be doing it again. All right, number 5 was routine. My routine is that I care for my family, and every day I care for them, I help them, I encourage them, and I support them, and I just thought that was a wonderful part of my routine to share. You know, if you do laundry, and it's not just your own laundry, you do it because you care about your family or whoever you're doing the laundry for, or whatever, you know, that's just, I just thought that was a fun one to share. And this says made with love, and it just hangs here. So this was my, this is stitched. So this is a belly band. This is not stitched. That's just a little extra tag I put in there for myself to write on. But this I had stitched. And you can see the stitching on the back. And I had actually done this previous to the collab, but I love it, and I thought it was perfect for day 6. Day 7 was shimmer, so I used, hopefully it's showing up, yeah, I think it is. I used vellum with gold. I used this gold here. I put some gold stamping on here, and then did some stickles on it, which shines up real nice. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, that shows up really nice. So I enjoyed that. Did that on a vintage bank statement, which here's the other side of the vintage bank statement. And this was blossom. So I used flower, piece of paper with flowers, and then I used napkin here that had flowers on it. And then I just stuffed this with some, like a tag that I can write on when I'm ready to. I'm thinking I'm going to end up using this journal in my mindfulness series after I finish the one that my dear friend Carol made for me. So number 9 is hidden, and so this is so beautiful, right? It's just one piece of scrapbook paper attached to a page, and so here is the pocket. And you know, honestly, if you didn't know, I told you there was a pocket there, you would just turn the page and you wouldn't know there was one. So that was my that's how I did my prompt for hidden. Then we have number 10 was intricate, and so I used doilies. I mean, doilies are incredibly intricate, and actually this gold leaf, sort of whatever this is, leaf, tree, whatever, is quite intricate. And then this is a fabric doily. So I love this page. I love the aesthetic of it, and I think it's perfect. So then on this page, the prompt is pocket. So I added a little note card on the front, but you can see I added a pocket here with a note card in it, and then I added a pocket here up top also with a gorgeous note card in it, and then I just trimmed this up with some green silk. On the next page, this is from the day. So I literally used the day that I had to create this page, and I had to go to the bank that day, and I had to open up, Carl and I had to open up a business account for his business. So I've got some torn money here. That was sort of fun to just tear that. It's fake, guys, don't worry. And inking it up and adding it to the page with this vintage bank statement, gold representing money, and then this tag, and he represents the banker. So that was a lot of fun for me. It looks very vintagey, and I had a lot of fun with that. This is barcode, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for barcode? But I said, you know what, I'm going to have fun with it. That's what I'm going to do. And so I have 2 barcodes, as you can see here, and I just was struck. I sort of wanted the page to flow, you know, next to this one, and so I had remembered I had these very vintage looking items. So I have barcodes, but I also was thinking, going out to a bar, and what is the code, and blah blah blah, and just, you know, sort of a play on words. So I've got her, she looks like she's going out, and then we have like a flask here, and you know, just dressed it up with an actual barcode, but then also my sort of, you know, secret bar code thing going on. So next page, I love this one so much, you guys. This is folded. So what I did is I took a piece of scrapbook paper and I folded it. So here's where we would write. This has 3 layers of scrapbook paper, and then this has the corrugated cardboard, and then some layers, and then this vintage picture and a bow, and then this lace. And I'm in love with that particular spread. There's a couple that I'm just extremely partial to in this journal. Although I'm happy with all of them, I have to say I really had so much fun doing this. Day 17 is top 5, which this is so funny. So I actually had a tag that says top 5. So I think that is fantastic. So what did we have here for our top 5? I love winter time, so that was 1, and this represents winter, snow, all that sort of thing. Number 2, this is a tree actually under here, and so that represents the fact that I love building my family tree. So that was neat. Number 3, this represents all things vintage, because they're in my top 5 of things that I enjoy in life. And number 4, you guys know I love flamingos, so we got this little cutie right here. And then number 5 is our travels. I love to travel. So that was really fun to put together. Now this was maps. So I created a pocket. Let me shove this in here. Okay, so this is sort of what it looks like. I created a pocket using maps, but then embellished it to make it look wintry to go with the scrapbook paper that it's sitting on. And then I simply stuffed it. If I had like leftover scrapbook papers from creating this, I made tags out of them, and this one just absolutely fit perfect in there. And I put this here so that I would know that this was not just a decorated page, that it was a functional page. I figured if the tab would remind me. So then number 19 is hand lettered. So I wrote this poem by William Shakespeare, added some lace and added a bow that was given to me by my friend Soleil and Craft. And then the next page, okay, this was a lot of fun. Texture. I love texture anyway, so I really enjoyed making this. So what we've got here is a vintage doily. Actually, this might be antique. My friend Dale at Not Too Shabby Chic sent it to me, and she would know if it's antique or not. I think she would know. I added a feather. That's a texture we don't work with too frequently. This is velvet ribbon here, and then we've got some lace here, but it's more of like a cotton material, and then we have the flowers. And then I just thought that this tag was really pretty and fit right perfectly. Now I might add like a sheet of paper if I'm going to town journaling about something. I might add to it, but for now I just pop the tag in there. So then day 21 is experimental. Okay, so a little bit of a cheat day for me. So I had already spent a lot of time experimenting with a bunch of papers that I had. Used watercolor on here. I used stamps, and I used, actually I don't see any stamping here. This is all stenciling. And I had so much fun playing and making these papers. So I popped that in there because I just thought it was perfect. And then I just added this lace and this velvet ribbon so that these could be next to each other and looking nice together. When we flip that over, and let me make sure, yes, we flip that over, we've got number 22, which is old and new. So it's sitting on an old bank statement, and the lace is probably new. It appears to be new to me. It's gorgeous. It appears to be new. That was also a gift. And then I had this calendar, which was only a few years old, so I would consider that to be newer for sure. What I didn't do is add a tag, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And so that's what we had, was old and new. So we got the old bank statement, and then we have the new goodies. And I think that came together nicely. Now this is one of my favorites because it's just so pink. And I love, check this out, look at the simplicity of this layout, and yet it just, to me, has such an amazing and gorgeous impact. I love all the pinks together. The prompt, day 23, was stickers, and Marilyn is a sticker. And actually, these halfbacks are sticker. You know, they had sticky on the back, so I know they're not technically stickers, but they had sticky. They came with it, so so I added them too. So I absolutely love this page simply because of the aesthetic of it. I think it's gorgeous. And then this air balloon, hot air balloon, it's got pink, so I thought it matched really lovely, and so I popped that in there. Again, I might add a larger piece of paper at some point in time, but nothing to worry about right now. Got a little bit of hot glue pieces here. There we go. All right, so number 24, day 24 was scenery. So I pulled this image out of a magazine, and the magazine is Coastal Living because I live coastally and I like to look at the decor of our areas. You'll notice this has the pink bricks. Well, that was a leftover piece from this, and I just thought it looked great there. I added a piece of the map. The map pieces were given to me by my friend, created by Catherine, and so I just added that in there for some interest. And then this is an old, well, it's an old calendar, but it's only a few years old, but it was never used. I bought it because I loved how pretty everything was in the calendar. So I just cut the circle out. So it's a nice big pocket. Didn't load it full of anything yet, but I will. Number 25, one color. Oh, I loved this one, and I knew I was going to go pink. I just felt, yeah, it was either going to be blue in order to sort of go with this page, or pink because I love pink so much. We've got some layers here. We have a pink doily, a smaller pink doily. As you can see, we have our pink flamingo, and I added some clusters of flowers, and oh, and I started by painting the paper underneath it a rose gold, which is a shade of pink. It doesn't look super pink on here, but I consider rose to be a pink color. So that was total fun. Oh, the prompts were just so much fun. All right, so this one was wordy. So if I get this out of the way, now I chose this card because it does have words on it. So that's why I chose to put that one in here. But we've started with a vintage cookbook book, well, it was a cooking magazine, I guess. So that's what we started with. Then we added our gold words. It's on the, I don't know if you can see it's gold. There it goes. You can see it right here. That was vellum with gold print on it. And then I did this upper pocket, and of course it has words on it. So that's what I did for Wordy, a nice vintage look. I think it goes with the overall aesthetic of this journal. Then over here we had 27 was earth tones. And so yeah, I'm not really into the deep, rich earth tones, but I totally enjoyed doing this in sort of a lighter earth tone palette with the punch of sort of olive green satin here, or silk. I think that just marries so nicely with it. So we have two tags. We have this large one I can write on the back. Then we have the smaller one. We have our two pockets. You know, nothing complicated here, but really works well together and goes very nicely with what's going on next door. And then I added some gold here, and then another gold sprig here, and then these are pieces that my friend Dale of Not Too Shabby Chic sent me. She sent me actually this whole thing. I won this in one of her giveaways, and isn't it beautiful? So I was absolutely thrilled to use a couple of pieces of it in here. So that was day 27. So sad we're getting to the end. Oh, I enjoyed this so much. So this is 28, and this is antique. So this is another doily that my friend Dale, Not Too Shabby Chic, sent me, and I do believe it's antique. And when I created this page, I showed you on the other side, you could see the hand stitching, and it just, oh my heart, oh my goodness. And rarely do we take time to sit down and do anything like that. Although all the ladies participating in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, they are hand stitching, and it blows my mind. I find it to be quite fascinating. I think it's wonderful. My friend Carol of Root Crafted by Carol participates in that, and I just absolutely love watching that. So also antique, or almost antique, this picture was dated 1930, so it's not an antique yet, but it certainly will be soon. And I thought it was perfect, and I'm using my stash, so I just thought that was great. And we put it all on this pretty piece of scrapbook paper. This is silk, and of course I did that to sort of cover the rough edge of this. And yeah, I was thinking that this was a pocket. We've got a pocket here, and I'll have to at some point stuff something in there when I'm ready to journal. Hopefully I won't forget, because I didn't add a tab on this one. So hopefully I won't forget there's a pocket there. Then 29 was musical. Okay, so this was fun. I had the base is the vintage bank statement, and then the music paper, which I do believe is vintage, is the next layer up. And then I actually had all of this music stuff in my stash because my daughter Amanda used to be in band, and so I had got this to probably do some scrapbooking for her. Never got to the scrapbooking, whoops. But I decided I was going to use it. Instead of having it in my stash just sitting there doing nothing, I figured I'd use it. I can always pick up another one, or at least something similar when I get around to doing the scrapbooking for her memories. That was day 29. Okay, so day 30 was unexpected. So I thought that you guys would feel surprised to see me color, and also this is sort of unexpected in this journal because it's not really the aesthetic of what's going on in the journal. This says Weekend in Paris. Oh, and then let me just tell you what else was unexpected. I did this first, and I did it with some markers, and then when I went to open it up to color some of the other things, it leaked through, and that was unexpected. So we have a couple of unexpected situations going on here, but I do want to share with you, I ended up coloring the shorts, and I ended up coloring the sneakers, and I would totally wear these kicks, you guys. Absolutely, I would. Well, you guys already know I have a pink high tops. Well, and I actually have pink and lavender high tops, so, you know, anyway, that's fun, and I think unexpected. And guys, that is it. Today's the last day, and this is close, and so this is, you know, just showing you this is my way of closing out the wonderful collaboration. It was my first time participating. I absolutely enjoyed it so very much, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my creations and doing the flip through and all that good stuff. And friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.